everybody. So today I wanted to come on here and do a tutorial for a really good daytime date look for Valentine's Day. This is more of my sweet, you know, kind of not thrown together. It's a decent little look. But you know, my more sweet daytime appropriate look next week is going to be my more vampy nighttime look. I asked my husband what he wanted for, what he would look for in a Valentine's Day look, makeup-wise out of me, and he told me he wanted something that was more of a dark lip, light eye look. So today I wanted to do something that was a little bit more of a focus on the eyes, but kind of sweet look. This look is done using the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette. I'm much more comfortable with the Naked 2, but I wanted to use the Naked 3 because it is more pink tone, more rosy toned, more Valentine's Day festive. And if you don't have the Naked 3, you do not need to worry. There are a bunch of drugstore palettes that are in pinks. I know Maybelline has one. CoverGirl just came out with their True Naked palettes. They have a rosy colored one. There's the Revealed 3 that is rose tone by Coastal Scents. There are all kinds of pink and rose tone shadows out there right now. They became a craze when rose gold became a big deal. So do not fear. I'm not telling you need a $54 palette by any means. This is just what I had on hand, and I hadn't used it very often, so I wanted to use it for this look and see what I could really come up with. Thank you so much for watching. If you are interested in seeing how I achieved this eye look, then you're in the right place, and just stay tuned. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take, obviously, our Naked 3 palette, and the first color I'm going to take is this color. Let me see if I can do this. Learning directions. Alright, yeah. This color, Limit, and we're going to put that in our crease as a transition shade. I'm going to take this kind of fluffy but pinched together brush from Sonia Kashuk, and we're just going to put that in the crease kind of all the way over. This is just going to work really well to blend all of our other colors out. And we want to do it first, that way we make sure that they fade up gradually instead of just having like a really dark line and then bam. So after that, we're going to take the colors Burnout and Dust. I'm going to use Burnout first, and we're going to put that all on the inner half to 2/3 of our lid. I'm going to take a e.l.f. Their $1 just regular eyeshadow brush. These aren't always good, I must admit. This one I've had for years and years, and it's wonderful. And I've had other ones that I've gone to repurchase that are just terrible. So while I enjoy the one that I have, the other ones I have not always worked out. So, and then we're going to go in with that color Dust, and Dust is a very accurate name for it. And it just, watch out, it's got a lot of fallout. I'm going to take some e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set and spray the brush a little bit and make sure it gets wet so we can try to pick up this metallic color, because it is very glittery, very metallic, and see if we can use that. And we're just going to use this and overlap the Burnout shade. So I'm going to start towards the middle and then work it, because otherwise Dust just doesn't always look, doesn't always look the greatest. So and then we're going to take that and we're going to place this also on the inner corner. Sorry, trying to focus. Apologies, I've never shot a tutorial. It's my first one, so I'm still trying to get the hang of where to be in the camera. So, I forgot to mention, I do have my eyes already primed, and I use the Mica Beauty Cosmetics, just their regular eye primer. It comes in a pot. It works just the same as like the MAC paint pots or any kind, or you know, the Maybelline Color Tattoos, anything like that. It's just a skin toned primer. I usually swear by the e.l.f. eyelid primer, but I found that the Mica one that I have just grips on a little bit better, and with us working with so many shimmery shadows, I wanted to go ahead and use that. So we have a little bit more sparkle on it than just that burnout color by itself. So after that, we are going to take Nooner in the crease, and this is the darker matte shade. There's 2 matte shades, in maybe 3, depends on who you ask about this third one. We're going to take that into the crease and just give it a little more definition before we go with our really dark colors. And I'm taking that with a small crease brush. This isn't quite a pencil brush, but it's a smaller, more compact pencil brush. It's definitely, or a crease brush, definitely not very fluffy. I'm trying to keep that really right in there in the crease. So it kind of, you see it kind of fades into that limit color that we had earlier, and I might go in with that brush we had limit on earlier and just kind of blend the 2 of those together. I'll go in with this Sonia Kashuk flat eyeshadow brush. This is probably their large one. And we're going to take Liar, which is right here next to Nooner. Liar. And then we're going to do that on the, starting about the middle of the eye, kind of overlap it with that burnout shade to almost right up to the corner of the eye. Let's see how this brush works. Oh yeah, that's great. And with this brush being a little bit less wide, it's going to give us a little bit more precision. Make sure we don't blend up into that crease. I'm really just trying to keep it there on the lid space. Yeah, keep it there. And I'm not going quite to the outer corner, but I mean, I'm rubbing right up against it like a bad middle school dance. So after that, I'm just kind of doing this number with it. And I'm going to go in with this next color, Factory. And we're going to take that on the outer corner, kind of do an outer V, take it, you know, up and a little bit into the crease to really darken it, give it some color and some dimension. And then we're going to take it down to the outer part of the lower lash line as well and really connect those. And remember, especially when working with these dark colors, that the first place you touch your brush is where the most product is going to come off. So usually if I'm doing like a lid color, I'll always start in the middle because that's where I want the most of my color to be. And with this color, especially in any really dark color you're working with, definitely start small. You can always build up. You can never take away. Just take that, and I say I do it to, you know, about right here. So about the edge of my eye, especially if I'm looking straight on. And, you know, just kind of run it there, connect it up, and then bring it over. And I'm really trying to keep this in the crease and not bring it down onto these lighter shades. And then I'm just going to take a fluffy brush. This is the blending brush from Up and Up. I think that's what it's called. It's like a $2.99 brush, and it is the best. It's the most just, it's not very dense. It works really well just blending it out. I really don't use it for putting in color. I really just kind of do it to or use it to really just blend out the edges, make sure there's no real harsh lines. So I just use that, rub it over the edges, and make sure there's no stark lines. You know, it does blend out a little bit. I'm going to go back in with the eyeshadow brush we did use. I am going to use this. I'm going to take that liar color and start it here in the middle and work it inward. Then I'm going to take this is an Eco Tools, I think this is an eyeshadow brush. They also have a concealer brush. I think the one I'm using is actually a concealer brush, but I mean, they're the exact same shape and it's hard to tell the difference, but I do think this is the concealer brush. Whatever, it works. I'm going to take this color Strange, the first color in this palette, and it is kind of a satiny finish. I don't think it's completely matte. That was the third matte, you know, quote unquote matte shade that I was talking about. It's debatable whether it's matte or not. I'm just going to rub this under the brow bone as a highlight. This next option I like just to not have as harsh lines since this is a daytime look. For eyeliner, I'm going to take my Eco Tools slanted eyeliner brush, and I'm going to take the color Dark Side, which is the second darkest color here, and we're going to use it as a liner. It's a really nice kind of purpley brown color. I'm just going to start it and try to keep it as close to the lash line as possible. If you really want to go all out with this, you easily can and use the color Blackheart that's next to it. It's a really beautiful, I don't know if it's brown or if it's black. It's a really dark color with some really beautiful burgundy maroon reflect glitters in it. And it's gorgeous. It's really pretty, packed on really tight. And then I'm just going to take it a little bit because I like the shape, and I'm going to do a small wing. And with the slanted eye brush, because I used to swear by gel liner, I actually should get back into it. I haven't used it in a while. I just take it and like figure out the angle in which I want. I just stamp it there, and it kind of leaves that line. And then you just connect the dots. But there we have kind of a really soft winged liner. And since I'm using false eyelashes, it's always better to have a you know, liner to kind of hide the lash band. If you're not wanting to wear false eyelashes, you definitely don't have to do this. You can totally leave it how it is and throw on some mascara and go and be fine. But because I'm doing the falsies, I definitely want to, you know, add that in a little bit. So we're all done with the eyeshadow. That's a satisfying feeling or sound. After that, I'm going to go in with some black eyeliner, just pencil. This is the Rimmel Scandaleyes Kajal, however you say it, eyeliner in 01 black. I'm just going to take this and tightline my lashes. I just like having it to fill in those spaces in between my lashes. I think it just makes every look more finished. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to take the Rimmel Scandaleyes in 03 Nude, and I'm going to do this in the waterline. It's definitely going to help to brighten everything up. And then I'm going to curl my lashes a little bit. This is the, excuse me, it is disgusting. Then I'm just going to go in, I'm just looking to make my lashes kind of dark so they blend in. This is the Smashbox Full Exposure Mascara. It's just a really black formula. I just want to make sure they are dark enough that they're going to blend in. And then I'm going to go in with the Salon Perfect. These are the number 53 lashes. And if you've never had your lashes pulled off by a baby, it is a life experience everybody should have. It's kind of fun. Not really, but it's funny. That's for sure. I'm just using the Revlon lash glue. I swear by this. I've used some other stuff, especially. I love the brush-on glue. It's so much easier for me. And I've used the Salon Perfect and whatnot, and none of them compare. Yeah, it's the Revlon Precision Lash Adhesive, and it's wonderful. It's got kind of a bluish tint when you use it, and so whenever it kind of gets that way, you can tell when they're really ready to put on. And once those are on there and you think they're good and set, like they might not be completely dry yet, you can see I've still got some lash glue on there. Once they're set, just kind of blink down onto them, and that's going to help them turn upwards. So, and then usually I will go back in with my eyelash curler and very, very carefully, because I know some people hate when you do this, just kind of do this number. And I'm very lightly doing that, but that's just to kind of form your lashes and the fake eyelashes together. And then I will go in with my Wet n Wild Max Volume Plus mascara, and this is really good for the lower lashes. So let me see if I can. And then I will take this and kind of go over the, since these aren't as volumizing as I would like, I tend to go over these particular lashes with mascara. But that is our eye look, so I'll let you get a closer look at that. Okay, and I'll zoom you out, and we will do the rest of the face. Okay, so on my face, I already have my foundation and concealer and all that, my base done, and I've got powder and a little bit of bronzer because homegirl's pale, and so I was trying to make sure that I didn't blind you all, and I just felt a little bit more comfortable with a little more color on my face. So we're going to do our contour, our blush, and our highlight, and our lips before we're done with this. So first I'm going to take the Wet n Wild contouring palette, and this is in Dulce de Leche, I believe. Yes, this is the more yellow toned. The other one's a little more pink toned, but I actually have a little bit more yellow toned skin. So first off, I'm going to take the highlighting powder, and I'm going to take just a angled blush brush. This is by Luxie. It's a large angle brush. I got it in an Ipsy bag. It works really well. Just kind of, I stamp it here under my eyes and just kind of take it up. It's a matte color. Both of these colors are matte to the extreme. So it works really well there, and I think it just kind of helps to, because I like to highlight, but I don't like to highlight with sparkle right here under my eyes, and I've actually got a lot of sparkle under there because of the fallout from these shadows. But I'll just take that under both of them, and it helps to kind of brighten up the face. It's supposed to highlight, so I mean, that's what it does. And then since I don't highlight my forehead with sparkle, I'll take it here to try to help it match the rest of my face, and then here on the chin. And then usually I'll take a little bit of it and do right here around my nose, because my foundation tends to get really oily here. And to kind of help it from breaking down, I will add a little bit there. And then we will go into this contouring shade. And the contouring shade's really cool toned. It's beautiful for contour. I'm going to use the Sonia Kashuk flat contour brush. I mean, that's exactly what this is made for. I'm just going to take a little bit of it. And, I mean, you can see I've got some bronzer and stuff. But I'm going to take this and just sculpt out that contour. I like a really heavy contour. And, but you obviously do what works for you. This just works for me. I don't use this on my forehead. That's what my bronzer is for. But I do take it a little bit. That was actually a little bit much. Down my nose. I have my mom's nose, which is a little bit more bulbous. So I tend to try to smooth that out a little bit and kind of straighten it. I don't know if it works or not, but I like the way it looks. And then I'll take a little bit of it on a corner and go right under the center of my lip. And it just adds that extra shadow and makes your lips look a little bit fuller. So, I mean, we've got really sharp lines here. I'm not leaving it like that. I'm going to go back in with that angle brush that had that matte highlight. And I find it's really nice to blend with. So I'll go in with circular motions and blend that color out. And then take a little bit down here to blend that out. That works. And then I like to highlight before I put on blush because it gives you more of like a glow from within look. So I'll take my EcoTools fan brush. This one's actually really fluffy. I like this one more than just like the little bitty fibery ones. And this is actually an eyeshadow from Pacifica. I've never used it to highlight, but I want to try it, called Ethereal. And so I'll take it here on the tops of the cheekbones. And it's a really subtle highlight. Sometimes I will use a really, really shimmery highlight. And if you want one of those, the e.l.f. baked highlighters are really good for that. There's one that's a MAC Soft and Gentle dupe, like exact dupe. I have both of them, called Blushing Pearls. And then there's one, I don't remember what it's called, and I use it all the time. It's a white highlight and it's beautiful, but it is shiny as all get out. So this is really subtle. I took it up the cheekbones, I take it at the top of the brow, down, kind of make that C. Since we already did the highlight in our eyes, we'll use that. I'll take it in the middle of down the bridge of my nose, right here on the Cupid's bow for that extra oomph to our lips. And then just here on the bottom of the chin. And so, and just because I usually like a really glowy look. And this fan brush actually diffuses it out really nicely. If you want more of a concentrated look to your highlight, I definitely suggest the e.l.f. small tapered brush. It's just kind of a pointed foundation brush looking thing, and it does a really, really intense highlight, and it's really good for getting right down your nose, right on your Cupid's bow, and a really precise highlight. Next we'll do our blush. This is Mellow Mauve by e.l.f. and it's really nice. It's a really kind of demure blush. And I will use it with my EcoTools blush brush. This is my favorite blush brush ever, 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 ever. Love it. And so I'll take that. Smile. Remember, first place you put it is where you get most of your color. And then blend it backwards. So it's not going to give you a big ol' wow pop of color like, wow, she's got blush on, but it's a really natural kind of neutral color where it's still going to give you a blush, but it's not going to make you look like you were sunburned or, you know, anything like that. And other than that, we've just got lips. Since this is a daytime look, I'm going to use more of a gloss. This is the Tarte Energy Lip Surgeon's Skin Intuitive Lip Gloss. It's one of those, they say it's supposed to change to your lip color. I don't know about all that. It is like a bright blue pink, hot pink kind of really clear jelly gloss. And I will just I really like the applicator on this because it's got a really odd shape. It's kind of an hourglass, but it's really flat, so it gets in there really nicely to carve out the shape of your lips. And I do think this changes a little bit from like the heat of your body. I don't think it changes like different person to person, you know what I mean? And it smells delicious. It smells like straight cotton candy, but not like sickeningly. I really enjoy this. I got this as a free thing with my points for Ipsy. I really like it. It also comes in like a jumbo stick form. I always run right down the middle of my Cupid's bow to make sure I didn't get anything up there. It also comes in a stick form that I haven't tried, but I'm actually rather interested in. So other than that, we'll take the e.l.f. Mist and Fix because that's my jam all the time. And, you know, kind of and shake, you know, clean yourself off, and you're good. My hair is done in the high ponytail curl trick. It just makes it so much easier to, I've got a lot of hair and it makes it so much easier to curl it. But other than that, that is the completed look. I will have all of the products that I use listed down below. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like this video, please hit subscribe wherever it is on your screen and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and have a lovely Valentine's Day.